And good evening, I'm Bo Williams. Welcome to the 7. Let's get a look at the big 7 stories happening right now. And topping the list for us tonight, the NASA astronauts who had an unexpected extended stay on the International Space Station have now returned to Earth. Take a look.
And splashdown, Crew 9 back on Earth.
Yeah, the splashdown, the SpaceX Crew 10 mission happening just before 6 o'clock. You saw it live right here on 6 News. The capsule landing off the coast of Tallahassee, Florida. On board, well, Sonny Williams and UT alum Butch Wilmore, who had gone to the International Space Station on an 8-day test of the Boeing Starliner spacecraft. But concerns over the spacecraft prompted NASA to bring it home empty, extending now their stay to 9 months. That crew, Dragon space capsule, has hoisted on board a recovery ship, as you saw. You can see the chutes there. They were getting ready to head back to the Florida coast, but again, this is the latest look. Over the past 30 minutes, we've watched as Williams and Wilmore, along with 2 fellow astronauts, made their way out of the capsule. We're going to have more on this amazing return to Earth for you coming up tonight at 11 o'clock. But again, Sonny Williams and Butch Wilmore are now back here on planet Earth. All right, moving on now to our second big 7 story for you. A former assistant chief with the Knox County Sheriff's Office has now been deemed fit to stand trial. We have been following the case against David Henderson since 2022. He's accused of having deputies in his unit use a drug fund to buy more than $100,000 in Apple devices. He is also accused of using deputies as a work crew for personal projects. Henderson's attorney previously expressed grave concern with Henderson's ability to take part in his own defense. At the time, he argued Henderson had a form of dementia. But court records show the decision to move forward with his trial followed testimony over Henderson's medical records. Henderson's trial has been reset now for August. We'll, of course, let you know what happens then. On to our next big story tonight. A Texas man has now been charged in connection with the death of a woman who was found along the side of the interstate. Leticia Patillo was found by motorists near the eastbound shoulder of I-40 in Roane County. This was back in October. She later died at UT Medical Center. Court documents say that she had gotten a ride from 46-year-old Stevie Williams in Arkansas the day that she was found. Now, during the investigation, Williams told a TBI agent that Patillo jumped from the passenger seat of Williams' semi on I-40 in Roane County. This while it was going nearly 70 miles per hour. An autopsy determining that she died from blunt force injuries. Williams is facing charges of leaving the scene of an accident resulting in death and criminally negligent homicide. His bond was set at $100,000, and his case has been bound over now to a grand jury. Moving along the big 7 tonight, a deadly shooting being investigated as a possible case of self-defense. That shooting happened a little before midnight at a home on Kingston Avenue in Oliver Springs. Police say the person who was killed was a 34-year-old man. Now, we're told he was shot several times. The man, who has not yet been identified, was later pronounced dead at UT Medical. And while the shooting is being investigated as an act of self-defense right now, police note that they are waiting for autopsy results to make a final determination. Of course, we will keep you up to date. Well, next on the big 7, an investigation underway after a car accident leaves one person dead. This afternoon in Oak Ridge on North Illinois Avenue around West Outer Drive, a vehicle entered oncoming traffic. The vehicle then struck 2 other vehicles, then left the roadway. The driver of the vehicle driving in oncoming traffic, John Hall, was taken to the hospital but died after arriving. Now, one of the drivers hit was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries, and the other hit driver and occupants were left uninjured. The Oak Ridge Police Department's crash investigation is ongoing, and of course, we'll keep you updated on any new developments. Going down our list for you tonight, Knoxville police investigating a man's death after he was, suspected of having a medical episode while driving. This happened early this morning in the Fort Sanders area on Highland Avenue and 19th. Now, they found a Honda Civic had crashed into a street sign. The male driver was unresponsive and later taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. The man's name has not been released. We will continue, though, to follow up on this investigation. And for our final Big 7 story of the night, we are on your side with how to prevent car burglaries. This after the Knoxville Police Department posted a warning on social media. KPD says car burglaries are up 35% in Knoxville compared to this time last year. We're told suspects are looking for cars that are unlocked for easy access. Knoxville Police spokesperson Scott Erlin talking with us earlier today about car burglaries and ways to prevent you from, falling victim.
You see people that are just going through and grabbing door handles, and more often than not, if your door handles are locked, if your windows are secured, and your car is totally secure, people are just going to move on. But again, so we always, first and foremost, suggest lock your car, rolling up your windows, totally secure your car.
Earl reminds everyone to remove valuables as well as any firearms from your vehicle. So again, keep that in mind next time you're going to be out parking downtown or really in any area. Make sure everything is secure.